again, Cate Davis here with our final internet installment of Merely the Meerkat. As always, if you've missed any of the parts of the story, you can find them at merelythemeerkat.com. That's MERELYTHEMEERKAT.com, all one word. Today, you will meet the tiniest member of Merely's merry band of players. His name is... I'm going to let him introduce himself. Psst! Merely heard a strange sound. Psst! There it was again, this time a tad louder. Psst! She heard the sound once more. Psst! Hey, new kid, over here. Merely continued toward the direction of the sound, and in the soft shadows of the morning, she began to make out a tiny creature perched atop one of the bales of hay. He lay on his left side with his right leg bent at the knee, his foot resting on the bale, his left arm perched nonchalantly on one of the small crates, cradling his cheek in his hand. He sported a tiny blue cap on his head, and he was lazily chewing on a long wisp of hay. "New kid," the creature said, "we need to chat." Merely approached very carefully, not knowing quite what to expect. He looked friendly enough, but he also seemed very mysterious. "Hey, new kid, welcome to my boat. I am Fred. And I am, as you can plainly see, if you have an ounce of a brain or a sliver of gray matter, a mouse. I am a stowaway on this bucket of bolts they call a ship. Not nearly as important or special as the rest of you who are headed for the zoo." Fred said the word zoo with utter disdain. Slowly, he pulled the straw from his mouth, rose up on his hind legs, and strutted out of the shadows. "Yeah, kid, I am what I am, and what I am is a mouse." Fred walked closer and closer to Merely, who felt a little frightened, but she calmed herself by noting that this mouse was even tinier than she. Merely pulled herself up to her full height and spoke with great confidence. "My name is Merely. I come from Africa, a great and beautiful continent. I am a meerkat, and I am happy to make your acquaintance, Mr. Fred." Fred stopped. He froze in his tracks. A chilling moment later, he sidled closer and closer, stood on his tiptoes, and tried to peer into Merely's eyes. "Mr. Fred? Mr. Fred? Kid, you gotta learn something right now. I am just Fred. Just Fred. No mister, no nothing. Just simply Fred. You got that, kid?" "Yes, I have that, Mr. Fred." "What did you say?" "Yes, I have that, Mr. Fred." "What did you say?" snapped Fred, not understanding why Fred was being so snappish. Merely patiently answered once again. "Yes, I have that, Mr. Fred." "That's better. Just Fred. And see that it don't happen again." Replacing the piece of hay in his mouth, Fred grumbled something, stomped toward a bale, but then stopped and slowly turned back to Merely. A strange grin surrounded the piece of hay as he opened his arms wide and offered, "I ain't sure why, and I may live to regret this, but I like you, kid. You got spunk. Come on in. I shall give you the lay of the land. I shall let you know what is what. I shall tell you who the good eggs are and which ones are rotten to the core. Come on in. Let's have ourselves a chat." "A chat?" Merely asked. "A chat," Fred replied, and then with twinkling eyes, "Come in here to my, how shall I put it, chat. Oh. Okay, I got it, Kate. You don't want to miss the rest of me, and you sure don't want to miss Ruby and Fanny and Nigel and Newton and Dick and Dolly and Samantha and the boss and the stranger and, well..." It has been a delight and a pleasure, and we all hope to see you again. Until we do, welcome to the world of Merely the Meerkat and her long journey home. If you want to know what happens on the rest of our trip together, the book will soon be available at merelythemeerkat.com. MERELYTHEMEERKAT.com.
On behalf of Merely and all our friends, we've had a terrific time with all of you, and we hope you will take the opportunity to read the rest of Merely's story. It's been written especially with all of you in mind. Merely is delighted to welcome you all into her family, or as she might say,
welcome to my mob.